In the vast tapestry of humanity, there exists a dark stain that haunts the very fabric of Indian society. It is a stain known as untouchability, a brutal form of discrimination that sends shockwaves through the souls of those subjected to its cruel grip. As the world progresses, the plight of the untouchables in India remains an agonizing reality that demands our attention. To merely scratch the surface of this abomination is to unleash an emotional tempest. For centuries, these marginalized souls have been condemned to a life of untold suffering and dehumanization. Born into a caste system that thrusts them to the bottom, they are stripped of dignity, their mere presence perceived as impure. The wounds inflicted on the untouchables run deep, reaching far beyond physical torment. Denied access to education, healthcare, and fair employment, they are trapped in a vicious cycle of poverty and despair. Violence and sexual assault continue to plague their lives, leaving scars that may never heal. Yet, in the face of unimaginable adversity, rays of hope emerge. Leaders like Dr. B.R. Ambedkar have fought tirelessly for justice and equality. Grassroots movements have arisen, like phoenixes from the ashes, demanding an end to this systemic brutality. This series will explore the roots of untouchability, the inescapable web of the caste system, and the untold suffering endured by the untouchables. It will shine a piercing light on their struggles, their triumphs, and the long and arduous road to liberation. Together, we must raise our voices, challenge the status quo, and ensure that no soul is left untouched by the healing balm of equality. In the depths of their pain, the untouchables cry out for justice. Will we answer their call? Historical background. In the annals of history, a dark chapter unfolds, revealing the torment inflicted upon the untouchables in India. To understand the depth of their suffering, we must unravel the tapestry of their historical background, stained with the indelible marks of discrimination. Centuries ago, a system emerged that would forever scar the social fabric of India, the caste system. Rooted in ancient Hindu scriptures, this rigid hierarchy divided society into rigid compartments, with the untouchables condemned to the lowest rung. Like prisoners in their own land, they were stripped of dignity, shunned and despised. The chains of untouchability grew stronger with each passing generation. They were born into a life sentence, subjected to unimaginable hardships and cruelty. Denied entry to temples, barred from accessing water sources, and relegated to menial and degrading occupations, they were branded as impure, unfit to walk among their fellow human beings. The historical context of the untouchables paints a grim picture of a society that perpetuated their marginalization. Their plight has persisted through the ages, a testament to the inhumanity that can fester within the human heart. As we delve deeper into their history, we must confront the raw emotions evoked by their stories. It is a painful reminder of the darkness that has plagued India for centuries, and a call to action to dismantle the structures that have upheld this most brutal discrimination. Understanding untouchability in India. Within the heart-wrenching narrative of the untouchables in India lies a chilling reality that demands our unwavering attention. To comprehend the depths of their anguish, we must delve into the harrowing concept of untouchability and the indescribable horrors it imposes on their lives. Untouchability is a social phenomenon that dehumanizes the Dalits, pushing them to the fringes of society. It is a cruel web of restrictions and prejudices that denies them basic human dignity. The very essence of their existence is tarnished by the perceptions of impurity and untouchability imposed upon them. In every facet of life, their suffering is palpable. They are segregated from others, barred from temples, public spaces, and water sources. Their educational opportunities are severely limited, consigning them to a lifetime of economic deprivation. The chains of social hierarchy bind them, leaving scars that no one should endure. Understanding untouchability in India is not merely an intellectual exercise, it is an emotional awakening. It is a call to acknowledge the profound injustice and inhumanity that has marred the lives of millions. It demands that we rise up, challenge the oppressive norms, and pave the way for a society where every individual is treated with compassion and respect, irrespective of their birth. Caste system and social hierarchy. In the heartland of India, an ancient social structure known as the caste system casts a shadow of anguish and despair. At the core of this oppressive system lies a rigid social hierarchy that perpetuates the most brutal discrimination against the untouchables. The caste system is a web of divisions that places the upper castes at the pinnacle of power and privilege, while relegating the untouchables to the depths of societal scorn. It is a construct that thrives on the notion of superiority and inferiority, perpetuating the dehumanization of those deemed untouchable. Embedded within this social hierarchy is the very essence of their suffering. The untouchables face a myriad of barriers, both visible and invisible, that prevent their upward mobility. Denied access to education, employment, and basic human rights, they are trapped in a cycle of poverty and marginalization. The weight of the caste system bears down on their shoulders, crushing their dreams and aspirations. They are forced into menial and degrading occupations, stripped of dignity, and treated as subhuman. The pain they endure is not only physical, it cuts to the core of their being, leaving scars that may never heal. The caste system and social hierarchy in India is not merely a relic of the past, it is an insidious force that continues to perpetuate the most heinous discrimination. It is a call to action for society to confront the oppressive norms, dismantle the barriers, and pave the way for a future where the untouchables are no longer shackled by the chains of caste-based oppression. Impact on untouchables. In the depths of the untouchable struggle in India lies a painful reality that reverberates through their lives and communities. The impact of this brutal discrimination is an indelible mark etched into their very existence, leaving scars that go far beyond the physical realm. The untouchables bear the weight of a society that has deemed them impure, untouchable, and unworthy. This burden translates into limited opportunities, economic exploitation, and social exclusion. Denied access to education, healthcare, and fair employment, they are condemned to a life of poverty and deprivation. But the impact runs deeper than the tangible manifestations of discrimination. It seeps into the very core of their being, eroding their self-worth and dignity. The psychological and emotional toll inflicted on the untouchables is immeasurable, leaving them grappling with feelings of shame, helplessness, and despair. Beyond the individual level, the impact radiates through their communities. Generations of untouchables have endured systemic oppression, perpetuating a cycle of poverty and marginalization. Their voices are stifled, their potential unrealized, as the world turns a blind eye to their suffering. To truly understand the impact on the untouchables is to confront the depths of human suffering and recognize the urgent need for change. It is a call to dismantle the barriers of discrimination, to uplift the marginalized, and to create a society where every individual is treated with compassion, respect, and equal opportunities. Initiatives and movements for equality. In the face of the most brutal discrimination in the world, glimmers of hope emerge as courageous individuals and organizations rally for change. Initiatives and movements dedicated to uplifting the untouchables in India have emerged from the shadows, striving to dismantle the oppressive chains that bind them. Visionary leaders like Dr. B.R. Ambedkar have paved the way, fighting tirelessly for the rights and empowerment of the untouchables. Their unwavering determination has ignited a flame of hope in the hearts of millions. Organizations like the National Campaign on Dalit Human Rights, NCDHR, and the Dalit Shakti Kendra have become beacons of light, advocating for justice and equality. They work tirelessly to raise awareness, challenge oppressive norms, and provide support to marginalized communities. Through grassroots activism, these initiatives create spaces for the untouchables to reclaim their dignity, voice their experiences, and demand equal rights. They strive to break down the barriers of discrimination through education, empowerment programs, and legal advocacy. In the face of seemingly insurmountable odds, these initiatives and movements serve as a testament to the indomitable spirit of the untouchables. They inspire us to stand alongside them, to amplify their voices, and to work collectively towards a future where every individual, regardless of their caste, is treated with respect, dignity, and equality. Current challenges and the way forward. As we confront the stark reality of the most brutal discrimination in the world, we must also acknowledge the current challenges faced by the untouchables in India. The road to equality is fraught with obstacles, but it is not a path we can shy away from. Caste-based violence, discrimination, and social exclusion persist, casting a dark shadow over the lives of the untouchables. The deeply ingrained prejudices and systemic barriers continue to perpetuate their marginalization, thwarting their progress and denying them their rightful place in society. To overcome these challenges, comprehensive social reforms are imperative. Affirmative action programs must be implemented to level the playing field and bridge the socio-economic gap. Increased representation of Dalits in politics and public institutions is crucial for their voices to be heard and their concerns addressed. Educational reforms are vital to empower the untouchables, providing them with equal access to quality education. By dismantling discriminatory practices and promoting inclusive policies, we can equip them with the tools needed to break free from the cycle of oppression. Yet, the way forward is not solely reliant on policy changes. It requires a collective shift in societal attitudes, where the deeply ingrained biases are challenged and dismantled. It necessitates fostering empathy, understanding, and compassion among all members of society. The way forward may be daunting, but it is not insurmountable. It demands unwavering commitment, political will, and a united front against discrimination. Together, we can strive for a society where the untouchables are treated with the dignity, respect, and equality they rightfully deserve. It is a journey that may be arduous, but the destination, a just and inclusive society, is worth every step. Conclusion. As we draw the curtains on the heart-wrenching tale of the untouchables in India, our souls are left heavy with the weight of their suffering. The most brutal discrimination in the world has etched its mark on their lives, leaving scars that no human should bear. We have witnessed the historical background, the understanding of untouchability, the impact on their lives, and the current challenges they face. It is a narrative that has stirred emotions within us, igniting a fire to fight for justice and equality. But this journey does not end with words on a page. It is a call to action, a plea to stand in solidarity with the untouchables. We must raise our voices, challenge the oppressive norms, and work tirelessly to dismantle the systems that perpetuate discrimination. Let us become agents of change, advocates for justice, and champions of equality. Together, we can create a world where the untouchables are no longer marginalized, where their dreams can flourish, and where every individual is treated with dignity and respect. The untouchables in India have suffered enough. It is time for their voices to be heard, their rights to be recognized, and their humanity to be acknowledged. As we bid farewell to this narrative, let us carry their stories in our hearts and work tirelessly to ensure that their struggle becomes a chapter of the past, never to be repeated.